Where is it? So you guys hear me? Yes? Thumbs up? Good. And Ellie, has your group made progress? Much better? No?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, focused. I was confused too. I was going to say, it's like saying, hey, you're going to be an astronaut, tomorrow, right? And show that you're excited about being an astronaut. Okay, great. Okay, so good. Any questions? So Amelie, did you start looking at some software, or what ended up happening? No? Didn't work? What do we have?
Software like
the video to blog. Yeah, the video to blog. Did it ever work for you? Or you never got a chance to look
I
at it?
still can't get through. And
Did you ask Anders?
there's an error.
Pardon?
So every time it just says that there's an error and there's no other information on the page. So I'm going to reach out to them and everything.
Okay, so maybe ask Andres, your partner, to see if it works for him. You may have something in your cache or something. Just try it anyways. Okay. All right. So let's get everybody up and running here. I can't believe it. We're starting. We're going to have a guest speaker today. And this should be interesting. He is the creator of a program called FastSpots. And he'll join us at 5:30. So, Amelie, can you have a lookout for him when he joins our class to let me know, so I can interrupt it and have him actually show us his product. And I think it's pretty neat. It's a beginning. He just started. He's not a programmer. He's just kind of like an entrepreneur and says, hey, I think this is needed. Reached out, got a few folks from India to program for him. And now he has a product. Kind of interesting idea to do. And we'll review it, and then we can see it. And he wants to have an academic relationship with us. So,
I wanted to ask a question.
Pardon, what is it?
For exam number 2, is there no study guide?
Yeah, there is. I'm going to talk about it, Bianca.
Okay, have you posted it yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there'll be a study guide, and also I'll do a review on Wednesday. How does that sound? Okay, So those are questions. So let's get at least the majority of folks online, and then we can start. Okay, as everybody's getting online, I need everybody's camera up and rolling. And make sure that your face is in the middle. Sit up or switch the camera where it's setting, and we can begin. Okay, so let me start recording to the cloud. Live stream to YouTube. Have a and then my account is Training YouTube. Go live. Public, preparing to live stream the meeting from Zoom to YouTube, remaining in Zoom with the API. And it's setting up my meeting to YouTube Live. And it looks like it is done. Perfect. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, do I have any volunteers to moderate the chat?
I can do it.
Okay. Okay, River, did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, so River, anyone want to go along with River and be his partner in crime?
I can do it too.
Okay. Okay, Alex. Okay, so River and Alex, be so kind if there's something around, and everybody watch out. I'm having the CEO of FastSpot. It's going to be showing a bot, basically a chat bot that you can train on your own website or someone else's website. It may be an interesting way not only for you to create a chat bot for your website, but if it's of interest to you, this is another app that you could say you offer to other people, that you can create training chat bots for other companies. It's kind of like an interesting one. They have a different training models there that they're using ChatGPT and other training models. They have a free version that you can try out, and they have a business version. What Jason has agreed on is to allow us to, with our academic partnership, to do their business model. So you can try it out on different learning models, language models, and you can have up to 5 team members work together on it. So it may be of interest, and I find it quite fascinating for a number of ways in which you can create a chat bot, not generic, but trained on your own website, your own materials, your own PDFs. So it'd be interesting to do it. So maybe Andres, he'll ask for a certain URL. Maybe you can even offer your URL to him and let him try it on your website when he does his presentation. What do you think today?
Sure.
So that maybe, so put it in the chat bot, your URL at the time, and have him even say, hey, you know what, try it on my website and see what it is. We'll see if he wants to do it that way. Okay, welcome everybody. Everybody have your cameras on. We're having a couple of people come in a bit late. So let me talk about, Bianca was asking me about her schedule, what is going on. So let me share my screen. And on my screen, okay, we have, is that correct? On this Wednesday, let me just put this in, Wednesday, November 13th, I'm going to hand out a study terms guide for exam 2 that will cover multiple choice open-ended questions. Our exam will be on Monday, November 18th in the SBA 204 lab. The chapters will be chapters 4, 5, TG3, 14, 10, and 12. So 4 and 5 we covered already. That was on security and data management. So you have the terms already for that. We're going to cover TG3, which is the cloud, 14, which was artificial intelligence, chapter 10, and chapter 12. We'll have multiple choice open-ended questions. The open-ended questions will cover the articles that I have read on the cloud and on AI and Gen AI, and we'll cover that on Wednesday. We'll spend the time doing it. If you have questions, I'll answer any of your questions. If you don't have any questions, I'll do a review, especially of the open-ended questions and also the new materials of the multiple choice. Any questions? So in this case, River, is there anything in the chat that I need to cover?
No, I don't see anything.
Okay, so do you have any question, River? Bianca, did you have something that you wanted to ask me?
No, all I was asking was
The review
about the exam, but you're answering the question.
Okay, did I answer it all? And it's the same format, same place. Okay? And you need to bring a pictured ID. You need to bring also for the exam, let me just put this in, you need to bring your laptop with Respondus so you can use it as a backup and just in case. We will be using the machine. You'll bring in a picture ID. And of course, everybody brings your phone anyways, but you need your phone in order to get, or a token in order to get onto with Duo. Okay? So let me just make sure everybody's here. I'll go to the what's due to review the what's due. If I think about the what's due, right? For last week, it was chapter 10 and the upgrade to Wix. Everybody needs to be having their domain name. And others, you have assignment this Wednesday. If you have any questions, you can stay with me. If you want anything about your project that you want to go over, I'll be available after class today and also on Wednesday, or any other personal questions you want to answer. The final project, you'll see that in the assignment instruction, and also chapter 12, which is our last chapter, which is business analytics. And I'll go over that today with you. On the assignment instructions, you can see on the assignment instruction you were supposed to upgrade. Let me just do that real quick. You were from last time supposed to upgrade to the business, invite all your team members, have all your site, your AI generated, include a demo of each tool. One of the things I want to make sure that you realize, in your demos of your products, they should be professional. You should be in a professional environment. You shouldn't be laying on your bed. I don't have to tell you that. It's not a relaxed situation. You should be sharing your screen. You should be talking about your business and introduce yourself, but your business, and be excited about showing the app and how it applies to your sector that you're trying to use. So if it's education, show people how to use, for instance, Notebook LM from Google for studying. You can even show an example of even a class. You can show for your next exam even how you can study for your next exam and show options on that. And then you can even have a short description of your video. But it shouldn't be, I saw some videos where they said, "Hi, I'm Mary Smith. I'm in group 5, BTE 210. Nobody cares about group 5. Nobody cares about, do you understand then, Amelie? You don't want to say group 5, BTE 210. You want to say, I represent this company and this is we're giving you tips and tricks or whatever you want to say. But it should be your company, your product, and what you want to show. And this is just examples of the services you want to do. The contact page, social media, the same thing. Just slapping in a couple of pictures on social media will not get you a good grade. It has to be involved, that you can see your excitement about it, giving tips and tricks about some of the Gen AI apps that you're going to use. You can even use some of the videos you can do, or short little videos or something like that. The SEO, search engine optimization that I told you about, in that search optimization, once you do this, you fill out a form. Once you fill out that form, what's important is in the following week, you check on Google to see, typing in your URL or some of your tag, do you appear? And this may take a while for Google to crawl and see you. So that's going to be important. Okay? So that was number 1. The other part was your final update projects for this Wednesday was create an offering here of either group, individual, webinars, and then we'll talk about fastbots.ai. We're going to see today, I'm going to pending the instructions. We need to get instructions first on how we're going to use it, what are our promo codes, but we'll see about integrating fastbots. But everybody at the end, once you finish up your website, then everybody will have then go to Notebook LM Google and log into Google and generate your podcast. So you'll be generating a podcast by creating it, and then you'll tweak it by answering it. And you'll add that podcast to your website in the front page. Okay, so that is that part. And that last chapter, if you go to PowerPoints, that last chapter, let me just go back up here, is Information Systems Business Analytics. And 3, 4, and 5 is what's most important. So if I think about 3, 4, and 5, is you need to know what the definition of descriptive analytics is. And think about descriptive analytics is a way in which to describe data that you have. So if you think about it, River, we did back testing in our strategy assignments. Back testing is historical, present data, or future data. River, what do you think?
Is it present data?
Back testing. Alex, back testing, is it historical, present, or future?
It's historical.
Historical, because we're going back in time, River. You remember we did a year back in time, and we're going to see basically how well that strategy did. We took the first test, right? After the first test, descriptive statistics, Alex, is then going to be historical, present, or future of test 1 today. If I tell you the mean was 70, the highest score was 90, and the lowest score was 50.
It's present day.
When did you take the test? If I give you back the test, right? As soon as I give you back the test, is it what? Past, present, or future?
Past.
Past. So descriptive analytic is always about, historically, about the summary of my data, right? Do I need to know that? Yes. One of the things is it's data that I'm going to have that I'm going to go forward to, right? You've done that. What you will get in test 2, that's in the future, right, Alex? Have you taken test 2? No. Have you taken test 1? Yes. So that's in the past, describing it. What does everybody always want to know? What did you curve? Have you ever heard that before? People weren't even so concerned as, what's my grade, right? That's in the past, right? My grade is not, basically, I can't, am I going to get an A in the course? I don't know. That's the future, right? But the past, I can tell you how well you did in the past. And maybe what it is it's a good predictor, Alex, to how well you may do in the second exam or how well you may do in the class, right? If you failed the first test and somebody aced the first test, right? We can kind of see maybe that's a predictor. I may be wrong, I don't know. So the next one is what we call predictive analytics. What's predictive analytics? And you're on a roll, Alex. Is it the past, the present, or the future? If I say predictive analytics.
Future.
Future, right? You remember, did you hear about the election, right? All those polls before? What was that? That was predictive. They said, oh, I think Trump's going to win. I think Harris is going to win, right? Did you see all those polls, right? They even had betting on all those, right? Now we know, right? That was descriptive. That was the past. But predictive is forecasting for the future. And then we have something called prescriptive analytics. It's like you go to the doctor and they give you a prescription, right? They're going to give you the meaning. They're going to give you some advice. They're going to tell you what you could, some kind of treatment. That's about the future, but that gives meaning and advice. You got that? These are 3 that you need to know. So Bianca, when you were asking me about the exam, descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics, you need to know that and also almost think about it as a use case example, right? Basically, you can think about the test, right, in the future or not. So that is the key to what it was. So you need to know these 3, and then they talk about presentation tools. But those are the most important that you need to know about that you have. So when you think about decision making, is that I have more than one choice in decision making, and then many times I have decisions. It's either going to be very structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. And based on, there's managerial decisions of what am I going to do down on the manufacturing floor, what am I going to do for management, make sure that everything's working well, and strategic is basically looking at the future. And that's the hard part, right? We need to know where we've been, right? The university, if we think about it, Alex is the university, they need to know basically what their financial position is today. They need to know of the past, what students, they need to know what students graduated, what students they didn't retain, right? But they need to think about the future too, is how are we going to budget? What type of students do I want? Alex, it would be, now they were discussing whether they should require SATs or not. When you applied, did they require an SAT, Alex?
No, they didn't.
Right. So guess what? In another year, they're going to go back and they're going to require everybody that applies needs an SAT, right? So it's always going to be, because they're saying maybe we can get better students, or it can be better predictors if we know their SAT score, right? We don't know if that's true, but that's going to be a hypothesis in it. So if I think about the development of that infrastructure and the way to support it, this is the key. If you think about it, this is the key, Amelie, for that process when I think about the business analytic process. One is I have a business problem, and then this would be, what do I invest or I don't invest? I get some external data, some internal data, some databases, right? I clean my data, and then I have a data warehouse. The data warehouse, what do we remember? Is it historical, or is it present, or is it future? Do you remember, Amelie? Data warehouse.
Data warehouse, I believe, is historical.
Historical, right. And then among
Also,
yeah.
The guest speaker joined.
Perfect. And Jason will be with you in a moment. And then when we think about it, thank you so much. And then when we think about it, that data warehouse is, these are the three that I want to know. Descriptive, Amelie, is what? What has happened, right? About our data. If we're talking about that stock data, what has happened in the past? Describe that data, right? Mine that data. See if there's any patterns to that data. Then what we could do is, what do we really want to do? We now know the state of where we've been. Now what we want to know is, what is going to the future be? Do we know that 100%? Of course not. If we knew it 100%, then we wouldn't even have to worry, right? It's basically, that's the whole idea of who basically, everybody basically in some way is guessing, right, in the future, and some people guess better than others, right, of what's going to happen, right? Have you seen crypto lately? The Bitcoin, 80,000, right? Well, the question is the future going to be like that? It's been volatile in the past. Is it going to be? So it's data mining, doing regressions, doing multiple regressions. And then the third part is what we call prescriptive decision. What should we do? I can have my theory, my way in which to do predictive. I think it's going to go up. But really, what should I do? Should I invest or not invest? Right? It could also be dependent on my nature, right? My risk factor. I don't want to be taking too much risk. Amelie, you say, hey, I'm younger than you are, I'll take the risk, right? It depends on all those factors together, and then you have some kind of recommendation. And what is that recommendation is now going to be with the assistant of the AI. So that is right here the crux of what I want you to focus in on. Past, right, and the future, but then what decision am I going to make? And we don't know, usually, and then we need as much help, and that's what a lot of times the neural networks, the artificial intelligence, the agent, machine learning can help us, that it's impossible to do other ways. Okay, because I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to introduce Jason, who we're so excited to have. So everybody turn on their cameras back. So if everybody can be so kind and turn your cameras on so we can meet Jason West, coming from us. Are you living in London?
About 100 miles south of London.
Mm-hmm. Great. So isn't that great? That's what I love about having this hybrid class, that when we meet online, we can get anyone from around the world, right, to join us. So this is my class for our evening class, and they've done an excellent job in kind of thinking about their projects. Either they're thinking about like education, like teaching people about AI tutoring, using tutors to help people study, or in real estate, or some they want to just help businesses, Jason,
Okay.
get familiar with chatbots and other things. So these are a number of students here. So I'd like you maybe to show us. First of all, thank you for coming.
No worries.
Two, and we're just excited to have some kind of partnership with you. And I always see it as two ways, that you'll be helping us, but we want to help you in return. And one of the things I think about my classes too is a partnership as well. They teach me just as much as, probably sometimes more than I teach them, because this, especially the whole idea of Gen AI and artificial intelligence, it's just blossoming so much and burgeoning, it's hard almost to keep up. So these folks here are really kind of like the key, that they can really start helping even businesses where, 10 years ago they were not able, a student saying, what can you teach me, right?
Yeah,
But now
exactly.
that you really can do that. So if you can basically give us an overview of your product, and then show us your product, and maybe even from the beginning, and then we can, if we have some time, even we'll open it up to our students if they have, a lot of them are entrepreneurs and maybe want to kind of do your brain. But basically our goal for tonight is show us your product, because they want to use your product on their website. They're all using Wix, because I told you we're having an academic partnership with them, that they've upgraded us, that they've given us their business plan for the semester, and let's go for it.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Probably the easiest thing is if I share my screen again.
Yes.
Then. Hi everybody. This is my business, FastBots, and FastBots is basically a conversational AI support system. So you've probably all used the chatbots on websites. You've been surfing around, maybe dealing with your bank or whoever else.
Mm-hmm.
Down the bottom right of the site, you've got your little chat window there, and then you can go ahead and ask questions, or pick from any of the pre.
Can I just interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, you can.
Can you just go to the very top of your website?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to show students here, it's similar to what I was showing you about your product. You see he has a little logo here of FastBots, and right at the beginning, what I like is learn how to build your own chatbot in our training webinar. Watch now. So I'd like it right there in the top. You know what he's talking about. And then he has help customers 24/7, 365 with custom AI chatbots. So he makes it unique, that right away it's not a regular AI chatbot, but it's going to be custom, and use our simple chatbot builder to make ChatGPT like chatbots for your business that help customers via your website and social media trends. Sign up free, and I love it, no credit card required. Because many times, Jason, what I see is business, you don't even know these businesses. How do I know you from a hole in the wall? And people are reluctant just to put in your credit card. But if you can see that, sign up free already, no credit card, I have more trust in you. And then when I really love it, then I'll upgrade to your product. But I just wanted to show them, and this is really nice, almost in picture sound, of you showing PDF, XLS, doc, text, the internet, and YouTube. Right there I got a feel, and then you show already your chatbot, and then I see that you're eating your own dog food. What do I mean? At the end, you actually use that FastBot on your own website. I've seen other people, it's so great, but I'm not gonna hide it. So I just, and then I get providing AI chats to trusted brands around the world. Then you kind of give that testimonial kind of thing of where you've been. So I just want to, because the students, with the AI now written for a lot of these web development companies, they make it so generic that it doesn't customize it. Okay, how are you different than anyone else? So if you don't mind, I'm giving you, and then I see already your little icon there at the lower right, so I know that it's working. I already can tell that. 3 simple steps to customize your ChatGPT And I like this too. You give it in steps. Import
Yeah.
data, add any website, docx text. Everybody knows what a PDF, a CSV file, a text file, right? Or even YouTube video securely into your chatbots in minutes. Customize a bot, choose your welcome message, chat icon, color scheme, match your brand, start using. Simply grab the link to your custom chatbot or embed it into the website of your choice. Perfect. Right there in the front, I see what you're doing. I'm just kind of showing them. Okay, and then
Yeah,
you
no, that's it. Yeah, I mean, we want to try and make it as obvious as fast as possible,
Yes.
you know, so someone gets it.
Yes, you have to
straight
get
away.
it, because if I don't get it in the front in the first couple of seconds, I'm leaving.
You're gone. That's right. Yeah. So and then we just got a video just showing you the whole process real quick.
Okay, and you
So,
use what to do that video?
probably Camtasia.
Camtasia or something like that, similar to what we've been looking at too. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's right. And
Okay.
then you know, we're just talking here about obviously the different channels that we integrate with. As I said, it'll take care of like your website customer support, but also you can link the same chatbot up to WhatsApp business number or Messenger, like a Facebook page. It can reply to Facebook comments as well that have been left on your posts, Slack channels, and then also Instagram as well. So Instagram messages, it can deal with any of those that have come in. And then you can pick all your different, pick your different languages that you can use, like Google, Gemini, Claude 3, or any of OpenAI's GPTs as well. So, and that's really what it does. And then you can go and install that chatbot on your website or embed it into a page, and then it can start answering questions 24 hours a day, 365 in any language. So it's just saving, you know, companies from having to have somebody on live chat all the time. And for those companies that couldn't afford somebody on live chat all the time, then obviously they can have this now for like $19 a month, working 24 hours a day for them.
How can they pay for that?
Yeah, so there's some big benefits to having a chatbot for sure. Automatic lead collection as well, so it can collect leads for you and then email them straight through or put them in a CRM with Zapier, which we also connect with, and make.com as well. So you can kind of use your chat as a middleman, your chatbot, you know, with its data that's trained on your company. So ultimately that chatbot will only know and respond to answers about your business and your company, but you can use it as a middleman if you use Zapier or Make. So you can kind of send emails to it, and it can respond to those emails for you as well, and actually write, you know, perfect emails, all kinds of different stuff. But the crux of it is you can put it on your website and use it for customer support. That's the main thing you can do with it. And then, yeah, use cases, great for customer service, you know, for increasing sales as well. If you're an e-commerce store or something like that, then you've got a chatbot there that's answering questions from people all the time, recommending products and things like that. So it acts as like a sales assistant. Or, of course, you can use it just for you as well. So, I don't know, let's just say that you were studying a particular topic as a student. You can load up the chatbot with all of the documentation you have about that, you know, all the PDFs and previous essays and things like that into the chatbot, and then use it to act as a reference for you, just on the topic that you want. Onboarding as well, really good for human resources, you know, bringing on new staff. You've got loads of questions, save them asking the manager, you know, or whoever's in charge of them. They can just go to the chatbot first, because the chatbot's trained on the company data, policies, all of that kind of stuff. Then it really helps to make onboarding new staff a lot quicker and easier. And then that's it really. So that's the front end of it all. And then the back end of it, this is the back end of the software right here. This is just a quick snapshot of our own chatbot, this one that was being used down here. You can see, today we've had like 60 people use the chatbot. 330 messages have been sent by the AI. And we've used a fair bit of training data, 51,000 characters, or actually a bit more than that even, sorry, yeah. And then leads are here. And then this is where everybody's kind of using our chatbot all over the world in various places. And then the chat history is right here. So this is where you can see like all of the conversations that have been going on, the countries where they are. So you can see we're really a global global company, Brazil, Nigeria, USA, Norway, United Arab Emirates. And another good thing is because we are global and we've got people speaking different languages all over the place, then obviously that could be a bit of a problem for our team who don't speak like 95 languages.
Right.
So you can also translate all of the incoming conversations, like let's just take those two there, pick your language you want to translate them to, and then in a couple of minutes we use GPT-4 to just translate them all up, and then they're ready to go.
That's fantastic. So you don't need interpreters, you don't need anything else, and then
you
you're in the same. What I like about it, Jason, is you're in the same application, so you don't have to go out to ChatGPT or to Gemini and make the translation. You can translate it right there.
That's right. And so that you're sort of kept aware of what the chatbot's saying, then you can also just configure email or multiple emails, different people in different teams and things, and then automatically translate those conversations before they get sent to you by email. So you can keep an eye on what's being said with your chatbot as well. Leads will come into this section here. They can also be hooked up to like MailChimp or any of those other big boys, MailerLite, GetResponse, ActiveCampaign, all of those, so that they can go into a CRM and then be put into an email sequence and marketed to. Then we've got all the links and stuff here. This is like an example. You can see these are all of the web pages that we've pulled in to be able to train the chatbot. And then this is another place we can add in content. You can just paste in content there and then just click save, and then straight away that's indexed, and now the chatbot will know everything that's there as well. And then we use this section here, the Q&A section, to basically make the chatbot better. So there's going to be some things that the chatbot gets asked that it doesn't know the answer to that you want it to. Now, if it's not on your website, you don't want to have to create a web page, upload it, then get the chatbot to go to that page, get the content. That's a nightmare. So all you need to do is just literally add in a question that was not answered correctly, put the question in, put the answer you want it to say next time, and then just click save. And so it just gets better and better and better at answering questions, and just becomes even more useful, really. And then here's where we can choose like all of the different AI languages. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Claude. Claude's another good one. Obviously Google Gemini, but my favorite being GPT-4o, which is by ChatGPT, basically, OpenAI. And then this is where we add the prompt. So this is where we tell the chatbot exactly what its role is for us, because it can do all kinds of different things. It doesn't have to just answer simple questions. It can, work with the person. It can ask them all sorts of different things. Get names, email addresses out of them just by in conversation. We can tell it that we want it to recommend certain products. We can tell it what its role is, just as you would really with like an employee.
And do you give them a way? Does somebody have to start this from the beginning, or you give them a script?
Just here, if you're making a chatbot for a business, for example, let's say a fitness center there, or automotive services, we've got templates, and then you just go ahead and
that's great. So you don't have to start from scratch. You can just modify your templates that you have for different industries.
Yeah, you're just dropping in the company name, really, just there, the company website.
So where you have the brackets is where you put in the company that you're using. So you could even use it for your own company, or you could do this as a service for other companies, right?
Definitely, yeah. You can do it for you or other people, yeah. And once you've done your prompt, you've made your amendments, then you can save that, and that's now yours. And the chatbot will use that to determine what it should be doing when someone asks a question. And then you can change the appearance, so you can see how ours looks there on the right, but you can go ahead and change the suggestions here, these like pre-questions, if you will. So these are like the most common things that people ask about, so you may as well just have them there ready, and then as soon as they
what is your pricing plan, right? Or what is your...
so like just here, you just click on that, and then straight away.
Right. So your end user could also figure that out. So what is your integration? Who do you integrate? What products do you integrate?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, anything they want to know. Basically.
So can you show us something from scratch, how somebody would do this from scratch. Let's say our students started. What would they
Yeah.
do? What would be the first step they would do?
Okay, so once you'd open an account with Fastbots,
Right.
you basically come to this point here, and then you just literally click the
Give
name
your
of the chatbot,
oh, so you okay.
chuck that in, let's go, and then you would now train the chatbot. So you
Oh,
grab
so
a
you
website.
put your so you just start from there, and then you just put
That's
in the
it.
full
You're in.
website. Can we use someone's website, or can we
100%.
try?
As long as it's got content, like I say, I need a
Anybody
website with
contact?
like.
Somebody want to put something in the chat of your content of your? Let me see here. Okay. Do we have one? Does somebody want to put one in? Into the chat? Into the.
I can always go and get one.
Yeah,
that's
here we
fine.
got one here, in the chat bot. Let's try
Oh,
this one.
Chat. Here we go.
K2. You got it?
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Let's see what it looks like.
This one here. There we go. Okay, cool. So we've got content there. That's brilliant.
Okay.
So what I would do now with that is just go back over to here, put the website address in, click
Okay.
start, and now our crawler will just start working its way around the site and then finding the pages. So it's found 13 pages already, and we'll just select them all. Maybe there's some pages you don't want in your chatbot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, holding pages, coming soon pages, anything that it finds that you don't want in there, a login page or something, you can leave it out, just not select it. But if you've got all the pages you want, you just click add for training, and then now they're in there, you can see that's the number of links crawled, how many characters per page, you can see it all down here anyway, the total amount of characters, and then we can just refresh the page. It's done the whole lot now, and all of that information is in the chatbot. So what was it called? K2WO or K2A.ai. So I would just go now to do exactly what I said. Go to tune. I'd probably pick GPT-4o, and then I would change this just here to say that. So let's just call it K2AI, and I would also put in the contact details. So I don't know if you've got any on this site or not. Actually, probably not, or maybe up there.
Yeah.
Or that's a login. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I would just
Okay.
put in the email address or whatever just there.
Yeah.
And then once I'm done, I just click save. And now we'll keep this as our custom prompt for K2. And that's it done. So now our chatbot is actually ready to use straight away, and we can ask questions about it. So if I just go to the About Us page there, I can just ask a question like K2. Just see what it says. There you go. So K2 is a forward-thinking company dedicated to providing all of these different services, and there it is. There you go. That's brilliant. And then you can ask specific questions, obviously, about anything at all. I just asked quite a general question there,
Right.
but people would obviously ask more.
And you
specific.
can play around, and then you could then fine tune it.
Yeah, fine tune it and get it to respond in a different way. You can have it answer with a sense of humor. You can add in emojis. You can get it to be however you want, really, by training that AI, just tuning this prompt here and just getting it to act exactly the way that you want. But yeah, very, very simple. You saw how quick it was to set up.
Wow.
Super quick. Now to actually put it on your website is really easy as well. All you need to do is you just copy this code here. There's 3 different ways of actually using that chatbot now. You can scan that QR code with your phone. You can copy this link and share it, or put it on the bottom of an email signature or something, and that is the chatbot there now, ready, a direct link to it. Or you can add it to a website in the same way that we did for Fastbots, like this, down the bottom right, and it will just float there. That's really easy. All you need to do is take that code, and then you just paste it into the header of your website. Now, if you're using Wix, it's actually quite easy.
Okay.
We've got a tutorial on our help page that shows you exactly how
Okay,
to do
so
that.
and you'll show it, or you'll give us the link then on that, or
Yeah, it's just help.fastbots.ai.
okay.
But right here, you can type in Wix or whatever, and there you go. how to install Fastbots on a Wix website. So it's
Perfect.
dead easy to do. So really quick and easy. And then the other way that you can have it is to also embed the full chatbot into a page. So like Fastbots, if we just go to support, sorry, where are we? There we go. You can have it inside a page kind of ready to go. So they don't have to like click anything to open it. It's just already there and ready to use. So there's different ways of doing it, but mainly people will add it to their website. And
Yeah,
then
that's
just
what
down
I
the bottom-
wanted them to do it, is to add it to their website. So it'd be
put
great
on a site.
if we can, later on if you send us, and you can work with Daniel on where's the exact link, and then we'll work out the details. Or do they need to put a promo code or anything else?
Yeah,
when we're
no
coming in?
problem. We'll sort all
Yeah,
of that
we'll
out.
sort it out.
And then just up here, you got your integrations. If you want to link your chatbot up to Messenger, Instagram, any of that, you can do all of that here. Really easy.
And for
Once
the
you've
with
linked
with
it
the
up,
same command, with the same plan,
Same
you don't have
chatbot.
to.
yeah, same everything. And then from there, what will happen is once you're connected to your chatbot, or connected to your Facebook page, should I say, what will happen is it will list all of the pages, and you can choose which pages you want to link this chatbot to. And then once you've done that, you just click assign to this bot, and then you can choose whether it will reply to inbound messages or comments, and you can choose either one of them. So very simple system, and that's really about it. And then in terms of help and stuff, you can see there's a support link at the top right there.
Mm-hmm.
You can see your chatbots just there. I've got loads of them, obviously, but
And then you have University of Miami, I saw.
I sure do, just there. There
Yeah.
we go. So it will do big sites as well.
So
as
you
can
took the
see.
University of Miami site, miami.edu,
Yeah,
and
now
you had
with
it
that,
crawl. Right.
You've got a lot of subdomains, which makes
Right.
it a little bit trickier. You almost have to treat them like sites. You know, all of them are like individual sites, but yeah, it's been sort of pulling all of these different links
Wow.
from all of these different
Yeah,
places.
that's one thing that we want to do, is maybe we can introduce you to our
This one's a big
folks
one.
there, right?
Yeah.
To should see
It's like-
that they can use, and basically they can, rather than everybody struggling and figuring out the same questions, they can put it on their bot as well, on their
Yeah.
website.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'll just put this one in chat. There's a link now to this chatbot in chat. If you want to try it out, or you want to ask anything about the uni, it should all be there.
Well, the University of Miami, you created that.
Yep.
Thanks.
It's all here. Yeah,
Mhm.
5.15 million characters of content. A fair old bit of stuff have been pulled in. So yeah, pretty cool. And then you can see all the conversations that have gone on. Just
That's
here
your
as well.
on the dashboard where the end user, the user of the chatbot, can see what was in the
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's it.
the
there.
back
And
end.
then we also discussed about team members. You can add other people to have access to your chatbot. All they need to do is sign up for a free account with Fastbots, and then you enter their email address that they used to sign up in there, and then they'll all appear just down the bottom there.
So for our students, that when they're doing the project, then one person would sign up with your regular one, and then you'd have your other team members. That's the nice thing. They could be then part of it, and they could also change the prompts and work on it. Or if somebody had the Instagram, the social media, they could put that also on their social media of the Instagram. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right.
So that'd be interesting to try out. But you've improved it nice in the thing. So what are your next steps for this product? You think to basically have like a roadmap, right? Where you've been. It's almost like when we say where you've been, where you're present, and where you're going, right?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, we've got a roadmap, so we're always adding new features, like every day, basically, or improving one that we've already got. Most people want, as you just saw, maybe just there, most people want us to add live chat,
That's
which we may well do, but this one's the one that I really want.
yeah.
voice
This is
input.
one I want too.
Yeah,
Voice
so-
input and output. We're planning to enable yes. That's what I.
Yeah,
if you
so
want
you'll be
another
able to use-
vote, that's my vote.
Yeah, we'll get that on there.
Yeah, no, but
So
I'm just
basically-
telling you because I think that it's because a lot of times people are in different places. You know, they're on the chatbot and they don't. Their hands are busy.
Yeah,
Right, doing it
100%.
now, or they're driving or something. Let me just go ahead and speak. I'm going on a walk, or whatever.
That's right. So we're going to be adding that, and you're just going to be able to, just talk to your chatbot like we are now, and then it's going to be able to answer with all of the information about your business or your client's business if you're selling chatbots. So
Okay, and then the one that you just created for one of our students,
yep,
did you put? Can they get that now, or how
yeah,
you pass it
yeah.
to them, or putting
Yeah,
it?
I mean, it'd be probably best just to recreate it.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think they'd be
but
better
yeah,
off recreating themselves. They can see how it is, and then they can modify
yeah,
it the way they want. But you can see how quickly
that's
that was. Yeah.
yeah, very quick. And then if you ever want to add any more information to the chatbots, no problem. You can drag and drop files in just there, so straight off your computer, PDFs, docs, Excel files even, or you can link to things. So I linked to the full website there, and it
Right.
crawled it and pulled it all in.
Right.
But you can also just like link to PDFs and things like that as
Yeah.
well, Word docs online, and just drag those in too. And then yeah, they'll all appear right here in amongst this content, and you'll be able to see the type of documents and things will be listed down the right
Right.
there. So it's really simple and easy to use.
Uh-huh.
That's all
And
I
who
focus on.
do you look at your competitors? Who do you think are your
Uh,
competitors?
I did do more so in the beginning. I
Uh-huh.
less so now because what happens in the beginning is you don't really have a clue.
Yeah,
So
of where I
kind
should
of
go. Yeah.
yeah, you're kind of looking at other companies to
Right.
sort of know where you should be starting at least.
Yeah.
But then if you're an innovative sort of company, not just a copycat,
Yeah.
then what'll happen is you'll naturally start to find where you should be improving your software
And your users are giving you feedback already. This is what I want,
all the
like you said.
time. And
And
what
you
you
have a
should get
place on your website that they can give you. Are you? Where can?
mainly through the roadmap. Yeah, we allow people to submit stuff to us here.
And how do they
Can
know
do this.
about
This
that?
isn't just us. So we will automatically email every single user and say, hey, have you got any suggestions? Anything
And then this
like.
becomes personalized for you.
Yeah, so they'll just click join now here, and then they're able to go and submit something. It doesn't go public until I've looked at it,
That's good. Then you don't
and
get
then I'll reject
garbage,
it,
and you don't
or
even
I'll
know
say
who's
no
there.
idea.
Right. You don't want to. Once it gets bad news, you don't want to proliferate that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So I'll check it over. I'll say whether I think that's a good idea or not, and then it will go here in review. First of all, if it is a good idea, so then we'll think about it. You know, does it fit in with our big goal, what we're trying to do? And if it is good, then we'll put it into plan, and then we'll get on with it. And then we've got to obviously decide what order to put it in as well, and what we release next. Some things, it doesn't make sense to do one new feature before you've done another new feature sometimes.
Right.
So it's all about kind of balancing like what should come out next and
Yeah.
in what order.
And then you have limited time, so you basically need to do
Yeah,
that. But I
and
like it. New
manpower.
feature like booking calendar, conversation with voice input and output. And what is the different coloring? Blue versus that's the integrations.
These are like integrations, and then there's like improvements to existing things.
Uh-huh.
So that back end that you saw today is like just been released.
Yeah,
Literally
it's
Friday.
it's much clearer than it was before.
Yeah,
Cleaner.
it's nice. I don't
It's
know if I
nice.
can actually show you how it looked before.
Yeah, but it's
it
all right.
wasn't-
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
it
the
wasn't.
idea.
It wasn't as
No,
nice.
it
was
wasn't.
pretty bare bones. This is it here actually.
Yeah, right. No,
was-
it was confusing. It was a little bit. Yeah.
And it just sort of did
Right.
the job. I
It
mean,
did.
look at that.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
was good
homepage.
enough. You went down, but this is nicer. Yeah, and you
Yeah,
keep on
that
improving.
was.
Yeah, but
That
you
was
need to
the
get
only thing.
something out. It can't. You can never think about perfection because if you think about we're not ready yet, you'll never be ready.
No, you've got to get it out there.
You
and
got to
it
get
done.
it, and then you never know where it's going to take you. You know what I
No,
mean?
that's
Unless you
right.
get feedback.
Yeah,
It's like
so we get
stepping
plenty
out.
of feedback, and yeah, as a result, we're constantly tweaking things, and even with this design, we thought it was good. People thought it was good, but they still found little things that we needed to change.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that today, actually, like flat out.
Yeah, no,
So,
but it's that dynamic, and it seems that you enjoy it.
Yeah, I love software, full stop. So yeah, I like tinkering around with software and trying to make it better and easier and simpler and more fun to use, really.
Uh huh. Okay. Fantastic. So it seems like we can just go through the thing. So Jason, I think maybe we can stop sharing and then we can kind of.
Yep. Sounds good.
Good, and everybody can get their cameras on again. What I think is you just need to give us the details, and then we'll work that out this week, the details of it, and then we'll release it to our students. And then the beauty here is we'll give you feedback as well. So you get almost, you can think about it as in an academic partnership. I always say, you're giving us something, but we want to give you in return. And one of the things I think we can give you in return is almost like our mini focus group. And
yeah, sure.
Since
I'll be happy to.
You understand, and we can be straightforward with you rather than it's almost like your focus group that you can see about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the people that use the software are the most important.
Right, they know what it is.
We just try and make it. My job is just to make that software better and better and better and better and better for the people that use it. That's it. So I will do anything basically to make it right.
Well, great. Do we have any other comments or questions for Jason?
Yeah. How long did it take to build FastBots?
Good question. So originally I cheated a little bit and I bought the software from a guy in India who had sort of developed it pretty sort of a simple minimum viable product type level. And then once I got a hold of it, which it didn't cost me a lot of money because it wasn't making any money, it sort of gave me a head start. And then I got a development team, went to town on it, and I've never stopped, just making it better and better. So it didn't take that long for him, I don't think either, to be honest with you. It probably took him a couple of months. But to what you see now, it's been a constant evolution since August of last year.
So a little bit over a year.
Yeah, to really get it to this standard. Mm-hmm. I mean, the amount of improvements and tweaks and changes and money and stuff that's spent on it, it's a lot behind the scenes to make it a proper, robust, solid, enterprise-worthy product, really.
And what one is, how do people find out about you? You find?
Well, usually from YouTube or Google, really. They're our two main channels. Yeah,
and you do paid advertising or what?
No, we've had little goes here and there, but it's very hard, very, very difficult for a startup to use, like, say, Google Ads effectively and get a return on investment.
Right.
That's one of the first things you've got to also do as well, is to make sure that you're tracking everything, because it's just pointless putting up an ad on Google and then hoping for the best. You've got to know exactly how many people are signing up, what's the ROI, keep an eye on the conversion rate. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of things to do, to be honest with you. It's not easy.
And who takes care of that? You? Or you hired
I take care of all the marketing side of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I've got teams of people who build links to it as well from other places. I've got another guy who does all of the blog content for SEO. But when it comes to the big picture marketing and stuff like that, I tend to do all of that.
And what?
Cold calls?
No. We did cold email for a while, but that was pretty
useless.
Really. Yeah, not very good. It's best to try and attract clients and subscribers rather than go and get them.
And what percentage do most people start off with the free version and then upgrade? Or they start with the paid?
Yeah, that's usually what people do. They'll do that, but some of them will literally sort of try it out and then they know straight away, yeah, fine, it works. Now I want to fill it up with even more content, so they upgrade. Right. Mm-hmm. So, I think the free option may not be there forever, actually.
Right.
I think we may be changing how we're going to approach that, but it's certainly a good way to get your brand out there in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning, that's what people are doing. But, I find that sometimes when they take that out completely, they end up going back again, because then it becomes, I just don't know enough about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you limit the time frame, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather than saying, forever something. But otherwise, it may be other ways that you can do it. But you almost have to try it out. But I think
You
still,
do. It's scary trying new things.
I know, and then you're gonna
money,
go.
but that's the life we lead.
Yeah.
Got to try these things.
Okay. Anything else?
Question.
Go ahead.
So, do you get individual API keys for each like client or?
No, so we take care of all of that. They can't enter their own API keys. And the reason we do that is to keep it simple. And to be honest with you, most of our users wouldn't know where to get an API key or what an API key is.
Yeah.
There's more technical people like perhaps yourself who knows how to get it, but most of our clients haven't got a clue what that is.
So who is your
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead,
What's like the pricing per tokens for the OpenAI API?
Do you know what? I'd have to go and have a look. I mean, they're changing the prices all the times, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's getting cheaper all the time. They're always trying to tweak the models to make them better value. So that's useful. And then sometimes it might have prevented already. I think really once for us putting our prices up. So rather than we've added tons more features and we've never put the price up. But one of the reasons we didn't is because OpenAI have pushed the prices down of the AI models.
Yeah, you're thinking about just using Llama 3.1 since it's like open source.
Yeah, we were going to add that model. I think it's still on our list, actually. I think it's still on our roadmap. So, yeah, we will do that. It's a pretty good model by all accounts, I think.
Yeah.
The more the merrier, really. I mean, ultimately, we're not trying to be a ChatGPT where you can do all kinds of crazy stuff, create graphs, analyze them. We're just trying to get stuff from a database, and give a good answer about that data.
Yeah.
So we don't really need tons of different models, but I think I like to give people a choice. So yeah, I mean, Llama is on our list.
So
I had two questions also. So the first one is, what was it like scaling FastBots? Because you guys are across the globe in a lot of different countries. You're dealing with data in different countries. What are the regulations like for that? And
yeah, well, as usual, Europe's the one that's a pain. So everything's got to be on EU servers and stuff. And there's a reason we left the EU, but that's another story. But yeah, so they're a bit difficult, but we try and keep them happy and do everything we can to make sure the data is secure, it's in the right locations, and therefore, everybody can use it and everyone can benefit. But yeah, it's a big deal, and as you scale, like you say, you end up with bigger clients who've got higher expectations. They want to know absolutely everything. I mean, literally, you'll have to sometimes fill out questionnaires that could be 5-6 pages long to get the approval by their legal team and everything to use you. So yeah, there's a lot of work involved as you get bigger.
did you start in like one continent and then kind of move to another, or?
No, we were open to everybody, from day one, really. It's so easy for everybody to use it. But it's not really language specific either, because obviously we can deal with every language anyway. Somebody in Germany could just jump on this and set up a German chatbot in 2 minutes. So yeah, we didn't focus on one place.
And then the second thing is, how did you find your developers?
That was tricky. That was a tricky process because it is hard to find a good developer or good developers. I've been recruiting online for ever and a day now, like 25 years almost. And so I would always recommend going to sites like Upwork, probably. There's peopleperhour.com. There's loads of them. But, picking companies with great reviews, I usually get them to try and do a little bit of work or something for me to see how good they are. Quite often I'll recruit multiple people at once and give them the same task and just see which one's the best to eliminate wasting your time basically with someone. But I got fairly lucky fairly quick with this. But I did deal with, maybe 25, 30 different companies before I got down to the ones that I wanted to use. So, Yeah, it was tricky.
So you went with the company and then went through their employees.
Yeah, they're not contracted to me or anything like that, and I got them through Upwork originally, but now we work together outside of Upwork, and we're our own team almost, really. We work together every day. We're on Slack every day, Google Meet, and we just keep improving.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries.
Anything else? So who would you think is your best customer, or who are you going after? If you say, who am I going at? Who will really get your product, and who will be satisfied with your product and also give you revenue?
Well, probably busy websites, really. Busy websites, e-commerce stores. One of the reasons we improved our crawler system was so that we could cope with crawling big e-commerce stores. I think, if they're big, they're usually pretty busy. They've got a lot of questions coming in, and we can add value real quick like that. Also, as you already know, I'm quite a fan of schools, universities using our product, because I think it's really helpful for students, for parents, for staff. It's just very, very useful for that. But I mean, with this, it's one of those things where it's so useful to so many different niches. It's crazy, and we've actually set up like dedicated landing pages on our site. I can't show you now, but basically we've got like a chatbots by industry page, and then you can see there's like on here, I'm just looking at it now, there's like hotels, colleges, events, churches. Churches are quite big, believe it or not. Churches you love the chatbots. The car dealerships, gyms, lawyers, dentists. We've got dentists around the world using Fastbots. Golf courses, brilliant for letting members know about rules and things, and tee-off times and all of that stuff. Estate agents, veterinarians, coaches, there's so many.
Yeah. And what is your main, you have a main one or no? Or it's
Not really. I find it fascinating because I'll go
Right.
through our customer database sometimes and just go and have a little look. And
Right.
just go and see what people are doing with their chatbots. It's like this technology is quite new, and so we're throwing it out to the world and then seeing how people are using it,
Mm-hmm.
and then learning from people.
Right, of where you can go with it. Well, great. We're going to a hard stop, but Jason, thank you so much. I think
No worries.
it's great for our class too to see it in terms of, really, you don't have to be this big company. You know what I mean? You're basically the company, and you just reached out, and
Yep.
and I love to see that you love it. You know what I mean? That's,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because if
100%.
you didn't love it, it would be just so drudgery work. You know what I mean? That you
Yeah.
would think about it, that you really had to do it, and that you're thinking all the time how to improve it. It's just like you're.
I'm thinking all the time. Like it's
Yeah.
probably too much sometimes.
Yeah, right. Almost getting that balance.
3 a.m. maybe.
Right. So we'll think about how we can proceed with this. We'll get
Yep.
back to you. We'll definitely keep in touch, myself and Daniel, with you on what are the specifics to get these students started. But what I can see, it's so quick. That's
Yeah, very
a
quick.
beauty, that they can get something, then they can kind of tweak it a little bit. But that's where I think it really is happening. People want to be trained on their data, not just
Yeah.
putting a chat GPT on there. But I want to
That's
train my data, and I want to make it easy for a lot of these companies that, hey, put that on my website, and I can see it
Yeah.
so much.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll
All
talk
right.
soon, and then we'll give you feedback, and then we'll see where we proceed. Our students will also come up with ideas on how we can proceed with you. But again, thank you so much. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
no worries.
it.
Thanks ever so much, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, and we'll
good
see
luck,
you.
and I look forward to seeing how you use
Okay,
it.
thanks a lot. Ciao.
All right,
And we
take
will
care, everybody.
we will share it with you. Bye.
Cheers. See you later.
Cheers. So, interesting, huh? Real. That's what I liked about it. So that's what he's going to do. He's agreed to upgrade us. They have the free version and they have an upgrade version. We should be able to see how that is this week. I'll pass it on to you guys. And again, all of this is trial and error, right? Like I told you, Amelie, things we'll see how they work out, and that's the beauty of it, of exploring it, that you can see. it's such an flux now that we'll join it. Just like we were talking about that notebook LM, you can also have put a chatbot. And as I suggested to them, he should put his product in Wix's marketplace. You know, he can put it there, because if we can do that, people can understand it. Okay, so let me just share. I'll do my attendance for everybody. If you have questions, stay with me. I'll answer as best I can. I'll see everybody on Wednesday. We'll do a review, and just to make sure that everybody realizes there is an exam a week from today. It's our second exam and our only exam. For the final, we're basically, after that second exam, it's all towards the project. Okay, so people were asking me, oh, when's the final exam? We have a second exam, and then our project is going to be due the day of our final exam. You can turn it in early, but that's when it will be done. So let me share my screen. Let me do this. And go to attendance. And do check-in. Let me end check-in here. Let me do check-in. Start check-in. 8947. Some 8947 incorporated. Stay with me if you have additional questions. Otherwise, I'll see you on Wednesday. I'll go over the review. I'll go over the handout and answer any questions that you have. Okay? Stop sharing. Okay.
Hi, I just had an issue with my attendance last class. I was here, but it didn't go through.
Hold on. Let me, 9, did you sign in already?
Yeah, no, it was for last
one.
class.
Okay, so I'm going to end it now. And anyone else have problems? Let me just end check-in. And then let me go to records. Okay. Isabel.
Yes.
Right. And I'm gonna.
For November 6th.
What? Yeah, I changed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
You're welcome. So let me just stop recording. Stop YouTube. Stop. Okay. So what do you guys think?
Pretty interesting.
I really liked him. I thought it was super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, if possible, honestly, I would love to talk more with him if there's a chance.
Yeah. We'll give it to him. Let's see. You know what I think it'll be is what we can do is let's try it all out.
Yeah.
You know, and implement in our things, and then at the very end of the semester, we can invite him back for those that are interested.
Yeah.
You know, as an intimate chat. We don't need to have the whole class, and then people can, you know, proceed. He's a very nice guy. You know, I found out about it just by chance, you know, and I started doing it. So what we do is just like we did before. I reach out and I put in that, send them out a cold letter, all these folks cold letter. This is who I am. We have academic partnership. You interested? And he responded, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? So he was just real open to it. Where, you know, and some others have, but it was just that you're interested in it. So he said, sure. The only thing we need to do is he just has to set it up, I think, with his guys. What do we need, a promo code or something like that? And that'll be it. Yeah. And I think he started, you know, he's not a programmer. He's not that. I think he started like affiliate marketing. He's like marketing on the internet. I think that's how he started, you know, with affiliating. And he showed me put in his name, Jason West, And you'll see he has a lot of like YouTube. He's really up in YouTube. Put his name in YouTube, and he showed me, and he, they're kind of like for the everyday guy. I'll teach you about what's happening on the internet. Kind of internet topics and things like that. That's how he started, and now he got him. He found, I don't know how. He told me he found the little chatbot that some guy developed, and a lot of times these programmers, they're not marketeers, right? And whatever he gave them, a little amount of money, he wasn't selling it anyways, anything. He, just bought it. And I had another guy that he did the same thing. He got for AI voice. But what I'm encouraging him to do is do the voice part, conversational. I think that'll be really good where people, their hands, they don't want to be, give them a choice. And what's nice is that you can speak in whatever languages and then it can translate. Now that's really good. Voice to text years ago it was rough, it didn't, but now even people with, even English is not their mother tongue, it picks up pretty well. It used to be you had to train it for, when it first came out, text, voice to text used to be training cycles of, hours and hours. And then it would be like 80% or something. So this is interesting on it. Okay, so what's next on your project?
Sorry. Next is getting to these demos and like really perfecting that.
Yeah.
And then everything else you said, the podcast.
Right. And with the podcast even, start tweaking that. Once it comes up with one podcast, you can start creating it and getting it to be better too, almost like his thing. The first round, first of all, it's impressive in the beginning because when you hear the voice, but after a while it becomes very like, it's kind of superficial. You kind of see their way, but that the next version of something like that is going to just get better and better all the time. But if you're there and then you can say to yourself, we can create for you, we'll teach you how to do a podcast, or we can, create it for you, a podcast. Same thing with the chat, with his like a fastbot. You can make even that, if you like that fastbot, put that as another product you'll do, as an example. We'll do a chatbots for you on your, for
also,
your website.
Yeah. Regarding the test next week.
Yeah.
What is that? Just going to be the same kind of format and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But this time you said no open-ended, right?
It is open-ended, 2 open-ended, just like exactly the same. And I'll go over it with you on Wednesday. I'll give you a sheet. You'll see the question, 4 questions. Out of those 4 questions, I'll choose 2 of those questions.
How do you recommend studying for the multiple choice? Because I took like very detailed notes. I read the textbook.
And did you go over the did you go over the quizzes?
Adaptives, the quizzes.
The quizzes. That's what I would do again.
Okay, because I was really surprised by my last test score.
What was it?
I can't remember.
But did you get an A over the? It was a pretty large curve there.
I think it was an A with the curve.
Yeah, it was A with the curve. So don't worry about it.
But, so that's fine?
Yeah, that's fine. If it's an A with a curve and then you did well on the open-ended?
Yeah.
The open-ended was not a curve. The multiple choice were curved for that reason. Kind of like picky questions. So don't worry about it. What I'd rather you do is emphasize now your, study for the second exam and then work on your project.
I've already started.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but work on your project. You know what I mean? After the exam, after Monday, spend all your time on your project. Because that's really what's important, right? And you got an A on the first, you know what I'm saying? And if you do well on your project, and you've done all the homeworks, you'll get that, you know what I mean? Most likely predictive, right? Forecast is that you'll do well in the class. Plus you'll have, and the beauty here is that, oh, let me just tell you, I'm teaching next semester. So I'm teaching at 3:30 and I think at 5. You can check online. So if you want to be my teaching assistants, Daniel's available at 3:30, but I'm not sure he's going to be available at 5. So check your schedule. I don't know, both of you, have you
Yes,
registered?
I already registered. I take all evening classes though, so I would not be available.
Okay, for Monday or Wednesday? At the 5 p.m.
Correct.
either?
Correct.
Okay. And
So
you?
you're saying Friday or like light days?
Okay. Okay, so we'll see. And what about you, Anders?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, just your schedule for next semester. We'll see. If
Oh, right.
Monday and Wednesday.
Let me just pull that real quick. I briefly finalized it today.
Yeah. Okay.
But I am still on the wait list for some classes.
Yeah, so that's it. But just in general, you'll let me know later.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Anything else? Let me know. Reach out. We'll see each other on Wednesday. I think we're set.
Will do. Okay. See you then.
Sounds good.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.